To me, the reason you get involved in a group like this is because there's so much energy, there is so much work, and there is such a good group of people who work well collaboratively. I have found that the level of engagement of the members of the board is incredible. This is such a motivated group. People come to these meetings informed, with questions, with suggestions, and there's no just rubber stamp things, check the boxes, and basically don't ever engage in any difficult issues. We have faced challenging issues. We have faced a pandemic. We have figured out how to have our meetings and do our work remotely, building the plane while you're flying it, so to speak. And I've been really moved by the level of motivation of the group as a whole. It's such a diverse group. You look around and the faces you see, the ages of the people, the kinds of law practices that they have been a part of are so varied. So you see this this welcoming attitude towards diversity, this inclusiveness. And for me personally, that was one of the main reasons I wanted to be a part of this group, because there's such an interest in it reflecting the diversity of the bar. I don't feel like it's a group of clubby people of one gender who all worked at big law firms and have no room for anyone who doesn't look like them. And I think that's really, really important. So to me, it means an opportunity to shape the policies that affect all of the board members, to have a voice for people, who are members of the bar, and bring to the bar and the board rather, their concerns, the things that they care about. So make sure that other people are heard, and it's not just what this small group of leaders cares about. And it's making sure that we are listening to what the members need and giving them what they need, and responding to their concerns and trying to anticipate what new issues may arise and then address them. So I think being a part of the board means not only as a member of the bar, but as a leader, we get to make things happen. And we're a very motivated and energetic and thoughtful group. Thinking about service, that you're going into such a high functioning, healthy environment. I haven't seen anything petty or anything where I'm like, ooh, there's a lot of personality conflict. There's such a great synergy. So I think that's a very inviting reason to consider running for the board. You're walking into this really good environment where things get done and people work really well together collaboratively, whether it's on the board itself or whether it's the board and the bar staff. It takes a lot of energy. There's a lot to read. There's a lot about which we need to be informed. But that's, to me, it's welcome because we're still members. And so these things affect us directly. And knowing that we can get access to the information, knowing we have bar staff who will explain things to us, knowing there are experienced board members who know how this works, and knowing that everyone who I've seen on the board, is their opinions and their perspectives are welcome. It's not sit down and be quiet. It's speak up, disagree, agree, offer another perspective. So that to me is the most welcoming environment someone new can walk into. You do have to make sure that you put yourself out there and you talk about in your candidate statement, why should it be you? What do you bring to the board? What's your energy? I don't want to say what's your superpower, but why do you want to serve? And I will say it's not to pad your resume. That is not a good reason. But I do think if you have that energy and that interest in leading our unified board, there's a lot of room. And again, hopefully you have some knowledge of the bar and of the board because you've already been doing some leadership work or you've been active in other committees. And that gives you more of an understanding of how things operate. I felt very well served by the fact that I'd been on committees and led one for the better part of the last 8 or 9 years. I don't think the experience has to be that deep, but it certainly helped to understand how things work. So I would say familiarize yourself with how those things operate, with the interpersonal relationships between the staff, and the Board of Governors members, and just bring a lot of energy, have a lot of ideas for what you can contribute and how you can bring your energy and enthusiasm to the board.